Hello, my creative people. How are you? Tonight, we're going to work on some kind of birthday cards. We're going to go ahead and use this cool stamp set called Glad We're Friends. When I first saw it in the catalog last May, I knew I had to have it because one, is this dog not adorable? And the main reason I got it was for this sentiment. Growing older is mandatory, but growing up is optional. Happy birthday. I knew that my mother would just get a hoo out of that one. And I don't know about you, but it seems like in March, I need to have all the birthday cards, all of them. So let's go ahead and get started. And tonight we're going to do something a little different than normal. It's not I've done the stamping, but we are going to go ahead and use watercolor pencils on our projects. And then we're going to use blender pens. And so this first one, let's see if we can find our card. Here's the first one that we're going to go ahead and use. Let's see. I might have you in a little too close. So I do not have blender pens. They're an alcohol-based pen. I don't have those. They come in multiple colors that coordinate with our ink and our cardstock, but I don't have them. I have like a couple of ivory ones. So my option to color things right now is to use our watercolor pencils. Here is one set of watercolor pencils, and it has real red, Calypso Coral, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil, The Delight, some Old Olive, and multiple other colors. This set also has basic gray, basic black, and Whisper White in there. Although I've thought it strange, how would you color white on white cardstock? But anyway, then we have this watercolor number 2 pack, which has some other colors. Now, even between these 2 packs, you do not have all of the colors that we have in our collection. So we're just going to go ahead and do some of this, and I'll be honest with you, I did not write down what color brown I happen to have used over here. I'm not sure if it was early espresso. I'm not really positive, so the puppy dog might not look the same as in the sample, and that's going to be okay. So here are the pencils. Of course, you do need to have a sharpener. I had to ask my adult kid, do you happen to have a pencil sharpener left over from your school that you could let me have? So let's go ahead and color our fan. And I literally just picked up the first blue that I had. And sometimes I don't get all of the color, all the way to the lines, and that's okay. Because the blender pen, these blender pens will help with that. I'm coming in with the gray, and I'm just, oops, I colored it wrong based on the sample. Oh well, not a problem. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. Just do a little line there. And then I'm just gonna do a little squiggle down what appears to be like pieces that are things blowing in the wind. All right, let's get going on our puppy dog, and let's see. I know we want a pink for his little tongue, and I think this one is Flirty Flamingo, and then a brown. Let's see. Here's our Cajun Craze, and that is Crushed Curry. Here is the Early Espresso. Let's go ahead and do that. And this little dog appears to be a corgi, and I think that they usually have a white belly. You would think, as much as I love dogs, I would actually know this for sure, but I don't. Do you guys like to color? Let's see, we got a little white paw down there. There's his belly, and over here is his leg. All right. This is not perfect coloring, and you know, I could go ahead and make some of this just a little darker if I wanted to. But now let's go ahead and take out our blender pens. And these are like little magic things. I actually had to get a new set because I still have my old set going back to the early 2000s, long time ago. And I'm gonna need a piece of scratch paper, because what you do with your blender pen so that you can reuse it over and over again is you just go like that to make sure there's no more colors. So this is the magic. You just take this and you just go ahead and you color along. It smooths out all those lines. Just like that. It's kind of magic. I love it when things are magic like this. And if you don't have all the colors of our alcohol-based blending pens, this is a good solution. And this paper I'm coloring on is not watercolor. It is our basic white paper. You see how I just went ahead and scratched that off? Okay, now we're gonna come in here and we're gonna do this. And it just smooths out those lines. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I should have just kept going with the blue. Now I'm just gonna use what's already on my pen and just go over lightly with that over the other ones. Now, to do the gray a little bit. And there you go. We are done with our first card. And all these cards are going to be utilizing this same technique of using the colored pencils with the blender pen. So now we're going to go ahead and put our card together. And let's see. We are, oh, just to let you know, I don't think I mentioned it. This, the squares are made using the Stylish Shapes dies. They're like my favorite die to use because it has circles and it has squares and it's just very, very versatile. Now, I did not have a piece long enough like this. So what we're going to do is we are going to, should have done this before I put things on. Oh well. I wanted to cover up my little joining piece, but it doesn't appear that it's going to be that way. You just place it wherever you think that it looks good. And on here, I'm going to put the adhesive actually on my paper there so that I can go ahead and try to carefully cut that. Not perfect, and that's okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and put this on here. And we're going to put this on here. And, you know, if you wanted to, you could put the dog one up on dimensionals. That would bring it to a focal point, but I'm not doing that tonight. Okay, so just want that down a little bit and want it to have a little border of the Designer Series paper. And then over here, boom. Now you can put whatever you want in the inside, but there you have it. A quick and easy card using our watercolor pencils with our blender pen. Next one, how about we do the guinea pig? If I can find where my supplies went to. Let's see. That's not the guinea pig. Here's the guinea pig. I've already colored in the guinea pig on this one. So I've already colored them in. So we're going to take our blender pens and we are going to just smooth out those lines just a little bit. I think these little guinea pigs are cute. It's always very important that when you're using these that you go ahead and you have some scratch paper handy so that you can scribble until your blender pen is clean. Now, if you'll notice, my pen, when I was coloring this guy and just now, he got a little crazy there, and that can happen. I'm not going to worry about it, but you can see I do have some, I went outside the lines. So if that bothers you, you just have to be careful about it. Always remember to cover, cap up your blender pen so it does not dry out. And here, we're going to go ahead and put this strip up here, and then this strip, and then this one. So what are you thinking about these watercolor pens, or pencils, I should say? Does it look like something you'd be interested in using? Actually, picked them up so I could use them on my Christmas card this past year. And I honestly don't think that I ever did. I think I had, picked them up to use with a sleigh rider, horse and sleigh, and I never used them. And now I need to move this down a little bit. Put a little extra adhesive on there. All right. Just wanted to move it down so it was a little bit more even. And then we're going to go ahead and put our guineas right there, one on each corner, and then put our sentiment. It's a guinea. It's guinea be a great day. I can't even say that. Hold on just one second. I ran out of adhesive. I hope this set stays around in the next catalog that's going to come out at the beginning of May, because I think it is so cute. And I have really only just been exploring recently the set. Oops, I think I want to move this up just a little bit. And then move the guinea over. Yeah, sometimes you put it down and you end up having to move it. And it's okay. And there you go. And you know what? If you wanted to, you could go and you could add some embellishments, some bling on this or on any of these. I looked at them and I really didn't think they needed it. So here we have our guinea doing the same thing. We had already colored them in, and then we took our blender pen. Now, next one up is going to be the cat. And I have already, again, colored our cat in right here. Here's our cat. And this is 2 pieces of designer series paper. You can see they have the design, the plaid design on each side. And what I did is I put them in my cutter and I just made a diagonal cut. So then, there it is, and then here it is. So now I have these two pieces, and I can either do it like that, or if I wanted to, I could do it like this. And I think this time around, we're gonna go ahead and, maybe not. Maybe we will not do it like that. Maybe we'll stick with the purple plaid and not the yellow. All right, so let's go ahead and get these secured on. And you know what? I think I want to change over to my liquid glue, just because I might not get my piece of paper on here exactly where I want it to do, where I want it to go, and I might need to maneuver it. You just want a little bit of a border around there, and you want at least the edges of your paper to line up. So now we're going to go ahead and color in our kitty cat. And I really could not figure out what color I had used on the original, so I just had to pick a color and hope for the best. And it's not the same, and that's okay. I have had a glorious couple of days. I've just been sitting at my desk creating cards and working with ink and paper and stamps, and just wonderful. All right, let's see. Now on this one, you'll notice in the example that I did put some bling here. And let's see, can I find where that bling went to? I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can. But this one, I think, really does look good with some bling, because you can put a little embellishment right there at the top of the kitty cat's crown. And then a friend like you comes along once in 9 lives. Do you know, I really wish I knew where that, there they are. These are the 2021 to 2023 in colors that are going to be retiring this year as of May 1st. So I think this yellow color would look good on there. And let's see, how about we do this one and this one. See? Oh, I used the big one. I should not have done that. I should have used the littler one. That's okay. Take it off. There we go. I thought that looked kind of strange. All right, there you go. So now we have, I like this one better. I don't know what I was doing in my colors there. That is not looking pretty, but it still is a cute card. And our last one for tonight is actually going to be the dog. It's not going to be the cat again, because I really wanted to use the sentiment, growing older is mandatory, but growing up is optional. And I actually have somebody's birthday that is tomorrow, and so I kind of need to have a card. And for her, and I know that she loves dogs, so this will be perfect. And I forgot that we were going to stamp the background. So let me just get out my ink. We're going to go ahead and use Starry Sky ink because it matches our paper. And then we're going to go with this little filler here, and we are going to just randomly stamp our background. Let's get this over here because you know I make a mess. If I'm stamping and I got an ink pad open, you can guarantee I will make a mess. All right, let's have it going the correct way. And we do not need to stamp the entire thing because we are going to cover parts of it up. And you'll notice I'm just turning my stamp different ways so that it's not all the same. And I'm going off the edge, which is perfectly fine. Kind of adds a little bit of a, I don't know, whimsy, maybe you might say, to that. Let's see. Let's see. Sometimes I have to bring in the paper to make sure I got it all. Okay, that looks good. Close that up because, you know. All right. So the next thing is we are going to go ahead and put this on. We could do our plaid, but we already did our plaid on our other puppy dog. So let's go ahead and have our polka dots on top. All right. And then let's blend in our puppy dog. I tell you, I just can't get over the magic that happens when you do this. It's just amazing. Now, I will caution you with using the blender pens. You don't need to press down hard on it. And because it does make the paper a little wet, don't continue to go over it, because then you will just saturate the paper and, well, your paper will not like that. All right. And on some of the colors, like this gray, it kind of almost makes it look like it is lighting, making it lighter. All right, so our puppy dog is done. Let's go ahead and add him. But you do get a lot of different colors in if you get both of the packs of watercolor pencils. You get a lot of different colors. You could do a lot with these. I've made flowers using them. Now, you know what? I do think I'm gonna put some glossy dots on this one. I just kind of think that it would be cool. I think we're gonna do this purple kind of color. And I think this other one can go right here. All right, so there you go. We changed it from a cat and went to a dog. And that is kind of cool. So if you get both packs of the watercolor pencils, you get all of these. That's a lot of different colors, a lot of variety there. So all you need to make sure you have is a sharpener, and then you can go ahead and use the Memento Black ink. You definitely want to use that other than the StazOn. So you use that and you can go ahead and make cards. Again, this kitty cat looks a little bad there. But here are the cards that we created. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Remember to go ahead and like the video. subscribe to the channel because I am going to continue to put up more videos. And go ahead and leave a comment and share it with your friends. And I appreciate you joining me as I continue to be creative with stamps, ink, and paper, and some whimsy and bling. Thank you.